everyone, welcome back. I'm bringing you guys another interview before we head to the Brazil lock-in event, and this time I have Tehbotol from RRQ. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hello.
I gotta
Thank you.
say, obviously last year you ended it on a high. You managed to qualify for a very big tournament, and I think there was a moment also in that tournament where your name was just everywhere on Twitter. When I was looking at Twitter, it was during the Optic game. I'm sure you remember on Breeze.
Yeah.
You dropped like 38 kills against one of the best teams in the world. Now, talk me through that moment. Making it there and being able to perform on that map the way that you managed to do.
Because that day, right? Because that was my first LAN. When I woke up, I feel really excited. I woke. I'm the first guy to woke up in my team, right? Then I start warming up. I think I woke up around 8 a.m. already. Then I just keep warming up, and then I don't know. I feel when the game started, I feel like uh I'm I'm warm up already. Just I don't know. It's like the best game I ever had.
What was it like for you to be able to take a map, off of Optic and be able to be the top performer on that map as well?
Uh, the first thing because at first I don't really know the NA teams, right? Because we never really scrim with them. We just scrim with EU in before the champion start. That's why I think I'm thinking like I think we are not that uh the the gap is not that high between C teams and A team. That's why I just feel confident with the match against Optic.
So you did scrim some EU teams. What was that like? How did you find EU teams in scrims?
At first, we are not really loose, right? But at the first week, we win some teams, good teams. That's why we feel comfortable about it. But the second week, we started losing a lot. That's why, oh my god, we started having much problem there.
I
And
Yeah, I mean it's your first tournament, right? I think you're gonna have
yeah,
kind of like just it's just good to get some experience.
yeah.
Do you feel like you could have done more? Do you feel like you showed enough of what you could have done in that tournament?
Uh, no, because at the tournament we don't play like we used to play in scrims. That's why when we lose, we all of us is kind of sad because we don't play like we used to.
I feel like every team that goes to an international tournament for the first time will say a similar thing, like you can't show everything that you wanted to show
Uh,
because it's a really, really difficult place to be. But I do want to ask you because in the off season, I don't know about APAC, but in Europe, the off season was kind of crazy. Like some players didn't really know if they're going to be on a franchise team. It was very
yeah.
competitive. Was it the same in your region as well? How did you kind of realize, at what point did you realize that you had a future on a franchise team?
After the champions, because the ex-owner of my team is Boom. They he started offer me after the champion. Because we already know we are not gonna get the franchise, right? The Boom. That's why he started offer me some stuff. Let's just stick with Boom. I'm gonna give you this. That's why. Oh, I think some franchise will try to offer me after the champions debut. That's why.
Did you have a lot of options, or what was it
With
difficult to?
franchise team,
Yeah.
I think I had three.
Okay. So you knew that your future was going to be pretty good, stable.
Oh no, at first no. I don't feel comfortable, right? I confident. I mean, with the partner team will invite me or no. But then one team started to invite me. Then another team.
It all came at the
Then,
same time.
yeah.
You had
Within 3 days, I think they asked me
I mean, it's good,
all of them.
It's good. You
Yeah,
you ended up being on a franchise team, and of course you on Boom it was a full Indo team. I think there was a lot of
yeah,
Indo pride when you guys qualified, and on Alter Ego as well. I think that was almost a full Indo team that the roster you were
yeah,
on. But now
yeah,
you guys kind of are on a split now. It's not really a full Indo team. Has that changed in the way that you have to communicate? Is it how
yeah,
different is that?
yeah. Definitely because we we are still trying to fix our communicate because sometimes in our scrims we did a lot of miscom, like when we example when we want to give info, we started to struggling to give the info, like we say something like that. Yeah, that's why we miss the info by the seconds. It's gonna be affect us. That's why we still trying.
Are you guys communicating in
Yeah, yeah,
English?
yeah, communicating in English.
Does
That's why
that
it's kind of hard for us because not none of us is having the mother language.
So do you have to how much time are you all spending kind of trying to learn English at the moment?
No, I learned English from school, right? From junior high school, I think I started learning English. That's why I think if I can, I think I can talk a bit with English, but in game it's different. So it's kind of hard, but we are still trying to improve.
How big of a problem do you think that might be? Because you're a new team, you have to play on new maps. There's potentially also new agents coming in as the game go on. Is this something that you guys are finding difficult to improve, or do you think it's going to be very easy?
I think it's going to be very easy because we right now we are kind of used to it, right? We talk English every day. Then I think right now it's okay.
I mean, of course, you also came over with Flip, who was also on Boom with you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Indo players in franchise, which I think the fans are very excited for. How much do you think players like Forsaken and Aaron and Mindfreak has done for the Indo scene? You know, the way that they've been so successful.
Of course, they are really important because all of the Indo players, I think all of them will always know for second and man freak only. They don't know about uh like me, Flipsider and Lmemore. But with them, there are so many people in Indo is supporting in Valorant players in Indo because in Indo, right? So only many mobile players. So not so many people playing PC players. That's why the supporter is not that many. But right now, because of Forsaken and Manflick, we have kind of lot supporters now.
And you too. Hey, I saw a lot of people tweeting about you when you were at Champions. Which I think a lot of people really love your name. I think the Indo fans they know what your name mean. I was told that
Yeah,
it means it's a drink, right? It's like a
yeah,
popular
it's a brand.
Indonesian
Yeah,
drink.
yeah,
Um,
it's
why
a brand for me.
why did you decide to name yourself that?
Because at first, when Valorant came out, I want to be rank demon, right? I don't want people to know me. And then one day there is a tournament. Then I join with my friends, but I cannot change back because Riot need to wait 1 month before you can change your nickname. That's why when I join the tournament, it's okay. I cannot change it to my real name. That's why okay, I just stick it. Then after I join the tournament, my 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 name went viral. That's why. Uh, then I tried to change it back to my real in-game name, right? But no one know me. Like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is Tehbotol? Something like that. That's why I just okay, never mind. I just gonna stick with this name.
That's such a good story. So you had no choice.
Yeah,
it was accident. It was an accident.
yeah, yeah.
Do you plan to stick with it? You know, for the long term?
Actually, no.
Oh,
I'm
you
trying. Yeah, I'm trying to change to Xero. my new Twitter name, but the riot said cannot change now before the Brazil. Maybe after the Brazil you can change, but before Brazil you cannot change.
Oh, so
That's why I'm
you're
gonna stick
gonna.
with Tehbotol first. Then maybe see it later after the tournament going.
So this might be the last Tehbotol tournament,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Oh, I like the name. I think a lot of the fans like the name too. But of course, if you like to change it, I support that. But we'll make this one special then. We'll make this tournament special if you're going to change your name. And speaking of this tournament, the schedule is out already, so you know your opponent, you
yeah,
know what is happening. Your first opponent is going to be FUT. Now they're
yeah.
a big team in Turkey. Do you know much about them? Have you watched them before?
At first I really don't know them, right? Because I never see them tournament. But when we know the bracket already, I watched their game on Red Bull tournament, and actually they're pretty good, but they just cannot close up the map. But I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're a Turkish team, and the
Yeah,
Turkish scene is really really big, especially over
yeah,
here,
yeah.
in Europe. Do you feel like would you have rather have an opponent like that or an opponent that you did know a lot about? You know, opponent you were more familiar with.
Actually, I don't mind both because I just want to uh, grind my experience in LAN, right? That's why I I will face everyone. I don't care if it's Yay or something. I don't know who, right? Like that.
Yeah, I mean, of course you don't care if it's Yay. You diffed Yay on a map, so I know why you don't
No, no,
care.
no, no, no.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But how is the team doing right now? Because a lot of people are the people in your region are excited about you guys. Obviously, they know you. I think the
Yeah.
people that don't know you are not taking you very seriously. That's the vibe I'm getting. They're not seeing you as a contender. How do you feel about that?
Actually, I don't mind because if people underestimate us, we have no pressure on us. That's why it's okay if so many people underestimate us, but we will show it later in tournament.
Do you feel like people are underestimating you right now? I don't know if you've read anything or seen how the way that people
Yeah,
have spoken about you. Do you feel that people are underestimating you?
yeah. Underestimate my team, not me.
Oh yeah, your
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
Do you think it's because they just don't know your team?
Because my some of my teams, some of the players in my team is they are unknown, right, in the C scene. That's why they are a new player. That's why they are underestimate us.
Now, if I had to ask you to kind of describe to me what kind of team you are, you know, your play style, what are you doing right now? What we should expect maybe when we watch you? How would you be able to describe you guys to me?
Uh, I can s- I can say my team is really disciplined uh because our coach is really disciplined. That's why uh we kind of struggling with when we started practice the first time. We kind of struggle because he's really disciplined. It's like example when we have numbers for V2, we cannot pick one by one. Like we cannot give them individual fight. That's something like that.
I mean, that's a good thing because I think a lot of Valorant teams have a lot of firepower, but their discipline is not there yet. So if
Yeah.
that's what you guys are working on, that's really, really good to know. How about the firepower side? Because, like you said, I mean, I know what you can do, I know what Flip can do. Where's the firepower coming from on your team?
It's from Lmemore.
Uh huh.
He's a really good aimer. I think he's the best aimer in SEA from me. Uh,
Ooh.
Beside Forsaken, I think he's the same level with Forsaken.
That's a big
Yeah,
statement. That's a very,
yeah.
very big statement. Yeah.
I can maybe you guys can see later in tournament how he's aiming. He's aim really really well.
That's very exciting. I'm very, very excited to see where that goes. Now, kind of related to how people are tier listing you and how where they think that you belong, you know, maybe in like a tier list, like S tier, A tier, B tier, and so on. Where would you put your team going into Brazil, you know, compared to the other teams? Which tier do you think you're in right now?
I think still D
Why?
because we cannot I cannot put my team on the C tier, B tier, A tier without proof, without any proof, right? So I cannot just put my team in A tier, something like that, because we cannot prove it. But maybe after the Brazil we can prove it. Then I'm gonna say maybe higher.
Okay, I like the honesty. I like the honesty. Thank you so much for joining me, Tehbotol. I can't
Okay.
believe it might be the last time I get to say your name like that. I hope there's going to be more tournaments with Tehbotol in
Yeah,
it. It's such a fun
I hope
name.
so.
But thank you for joining me. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate your time and good luck in Brazil.
Thank you.